We're displaying a list of lessons for a particular module that we hard-coded in the URL, but that we encoded in the code. Instead, we want to grab the ID of the modules from the URL. So to do that, what we're going to do is that we can use the service, the activated route service that we have been using all along. We can declare a local route variable that is of type activated route, and then this we can use when we load, we can use that route, and listen for the incoming parameters that are going to change over time. As you click different things, we subscribe to those changes, and then we can be notified on any changes on the parameters. So the params, we can grab the module ID from the params. If you remember, this module ID is in the parameters and is encoded. If you look at the routes. Where is the routes? It's encoded where? It's encoded on the module ID. See that? So we can retrieve it, the module ID. There we go. So once we have the module ID, we can use it to dynamically. Well, let's see first if let's store it in a local state variable and make sure that we indeed have access to that. So let's see, module ID. Initially, it'll be empty string, and we'll store it in a state variable. So this dot module ID. Okay. And so in the lesson tabs. Let's see if we can render that. So lessons for module ID. There we go. See that? So notice that the ID is being rendered in the module list, but also in the lesson tabs, So we know that the lesson has the module ID. We can now use that module ID to fetch the corresponding lessons, We can move this fetch now. We can move it inside of this params here, so that we can use this module ID as to build this URL here, So let's convert this into one of these strings, so that we can embed here an expression where we can paste in the module ID. Okay. Well, let's try it out now. If we go back, notice that if we click here, we have lessons. Here we don't have any lessons. Now we can quickly, if we go back to, notice that it remembers the navigation. So there's no quick way of returning to the list of courses. So maybe here, we could in the viewer, maybe we could have like a back button that allows me to navigate back. So for instance, I could do maybe a hyperlink here that goes back to the root. So we say back. So if I click on back, it goes back to the course list quickly, Anyway, so this would allow me to see if I have any modules, and see if I have lessons quickly. Let's see if we can find one that has lots of lessons. No modules. No modules. We have a couple modules here. No lessons for none of those. 5610e, no modules. 5200. Let's see, we have my lessons. No lessons either. Really? Could have sworn I had lots of lessons somewhere. Okay, we got 2 lessons there for that particular module. The test, DB, no modules. Okay, fine. Let's go to test. There we go. We get the lessons there. All right, so that displays the lessons, right, for the module that is selected. How about highlighting these? Let's work on that.